Hello everyone, welcome to lesson number 5. We are going to learn today about what a PIP is, and PIPS is probably the first and foremost thing that you need to learn as a Forex trader, and it's probably the one thing that trips most new traders up. So let's just dive right in. What PIPS are, what it stands for is percentage in profits, okay? This is supposed to be really simple. You can probably, if you're dedicated to just understanding this one thing, it should only take you a few minutes, maybe an hour, maybe a couple. For me, it personally took me a whole day or two of first understanding it and practicing it and really knowing how to just calculate it in my mind and just off the cuff. So percentage and profits over here, okay, we're looking at tradingview.com. Okay, by the way, this is a absolutely free thing anyone can sign up for and just look at what I'm looking at here. We're viewing a live chart right now. This is what's happening to GBP USD, which is the Great British Pound to the US dollar. So the value of GBP USD right now, we can see over here, is 1.31011, okay? So let's note that. And that number is going to fluctuate throughout this recording because it is a live market. So for now, we see 1.31012. So plus 20 pips from that number. We're going to be looking at, actually before that, I want to address this number over here, which is the last digit, the 5th digit from the decimal. It is called a pipette. And seldom do you need to pay attention to that. Sometimes you do, but as you're starting out as a new Forex trader, you could just straight up ignore that. So this is the two numbers that you need to pay attention to, okay? So if you were to plus 1 pip on this value, then it would be 1.3102 because we're adding one digit, right? One digit from here, from this decimal, from 4th digit from the decimal. Okay, so we were saying how you can ignore the pipette for now. So at least now you're aware that that exists. And we don't, let me illustrate this properly. So these 4 digits is what's important, okay, as you're just starting out as a new Forex trader. So as I was saying, if you want to just add 1 pip on top, it is 1.3102. So you're adding from the very last digit there. So if you want to do like from 1.3101, you're adding 20 pips. That would come to 1.3121. Okay, so if you're speculating that the market is going to go down, say 40 pips, oops, 40 pips, and you want to get that number of where that level would be, okay? Because these are numbers that you have to plug in into your trades when I also have a video on how to put in trades and where you would plug these numbers in and why you even need these numbers and how to use the MetaTrader 4 app for you to start trading with. So, okay, if we're taking away 40 pips, that would, and we're calculating from these digits back, right? So 3,101 minus 40, that's how you would calculate it. And so that would come to 3061 if I did my math right. So all pairs, sorry, not all pairs, most pairs that are traded often, for example, like the Euro USD or USD CAD, Australian pairs, Great British Pound pairs, that's how you calculate pips. And pips is how you make your profits, calculating that, and how you make your money. I'm going to make a whole nother video about mindset and how to view pips and how to kind of view this in more like a score point system. So you're not so attached to the dollar amount you're making. This is supposed to be a very level-headed approach in how to be a trader. That's a whole nother topic. Okay, let's not tangent out of that because I want you to focus on understanding how pips work. So we are taking, okay, let's try another pair. Okay, Euro USD. Euro USD right now is at, we see over there that it says it is at 1.10330. Okay, so we are ignoring the last pipette. That's the 5th digit over from the decimal point. And so if we're taking away, say, 20 pips from that value, it would come to 1013. And that would be the level that you're at if you want to profit from placing a sell order, and that would be the level you're at. And if you were to, for example, add 40 pips on the from where it is at now, so plus 40 pips, it would be 1.1073. Okay, very simple, guys. Very simple. And the other thing that may confuse you as you're starting out is the JPY pairs. If this is already a lot for you to wrap your head around, please stick to the pairs that are formatted and structured like this, with the 1 digit before the decimal and then the 5 digits after the decimal. With the JPY pairs, okay, I do want to mention it so that you're aware of it at least. So we see that there's digits in front of the decimals, but it's mainly the digits behind it that is what we're calculating with it. So as I was saying with the earlier pairs, we see that here with the Australian dollar to the Japanese yen, it is 73. We can see over here that it's fluctuating because the market is moving right now. It is live. So this is what we see, and the last digit here also is the pipette, okay? And we can ignore that, and we are going to be looking at this to calculate the pips and how to calculate how to add on to that and how to subtract from that. Okay, so 7.39 is where it's at. We can ignore the pipette for now, as we are just learning the basics of how to calculate pips. So if we were to add, for example, in this JPY pair, plus 20 pips, it would be 73.59, because it is just the two numbers after the decimal. And if we want to capitalize it on it going down, and you're calculating how many pips you want to make from your trade, so let's say we're just doing, I don't know, takeaway, we're seeing the value going down 25 pips. So then it would be 73. I'm making this way harder for myself than I need to. So 73.14, okay? So this is supposed to be very simple, guys. It is very important to understand this, and in the next video, I'll go over exactly how you can profit and how much these pips equate to in dollar amounts as well, okay? So if you are the type of person like me that needs to know that first before you understand this, then by all means go to lesson number 6 and come back and review how to calculate pips in this video. If there's anything that's unclear or you want me to elaborate even more, please do let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, I will see you in the next video.